Hello, hello. Here we are today. We're going to work really hard to loosen up the spine, okay? We're going to use lots of the shimmy movements and gentle stuff up and down. I'm going to include the work we did yesterday, standing with the legs. I'm trying to explore this book I was showing yesterday. So I'm going to move like this with always as much as I can with the legs together, okay? For me, this is not natural. If it's very easy, you can stand how you want. But I'm going up and down from here. Always nice to add some variety to the legs. Bouncing through the shoulders, bending the knees to the ankles. But I'm finding this to be a very interesting challenge to keep the legs together during our usual movements. It's certainly making my challenging my balance a little bit more. And actually, I feel this is also helping to stretch the spine a little bit. If I go here, it doesn't quite grab the side as well. If I keep the legs together, it's actually pretty nice. So I would say this is worth working in this position for a bit. Tick-tock from the head, from side to side, going down one leg, up and over, down the other. Good, we're going to go deeper now and come around one side and come up the other side. So going down. Whoops. This definitely makes the balance quite a bit more challenging, which is nice. Good, moving through the shoulders. Let's get some of our eye pumping in for the day. Here we're breathing in, squeezing the eyes. Releasing on the exhale. As we're wringing out the upper body, upper neck here. Big squeeze, inhale. Good, shimmy again. We'll take it up and down a few times again. Remember to try to find the first restriction where you feel, oh, here, some kind of productivity in the back, and you spend time working on it here. Slowly up, and again on the way down, you reevaluate. Where are you going to feel that restriction? Oh, sure, I feel a little bit higher this time. Up, pushing the chest forward, the heels squeezing together. Breathing in, turning in. Okay, we're going to start to combine the pattern we talked about yesterday in the legs, about breathing in, the big toes come together and the heels move away from each other, right? The knees coming more together. We're going to use that on the inhale as we fold forward, okay? And then on the exhale, we do the opposite, right? The heels, we rotate open, the heels come together, the arms open, we go all the way up, okay? Let's try this a few times together, see what we're getting, okay? Legs turning in slightly as we breathe in. Good. Let's break out of this pattern now. Get some easy shaking. Get some more freedom in the body. Very interesting to work this way. I feel this is definitely adding to the mix right now in a very productive way. I'm really liking this combination of the turning in and breathing. I think we can even kind of feel that in standing without bending. If you make this rotation in and breathe in, you kind of notice the pelvis is more willing to open up. And as you breathe out, this goes external and helps kind of push the air up and out that way. So that's definitely some merit to the book so far. Hopefully we'll pick up some more gems over the next month. Shaking out the legs now. Scooping up, kicking the butt. We're shaking out again. Let's get some nice swing in the arms here. We can experiment here as well. Good, developing the rotation in the arms, twisting through the spine. Definitely a lot harder to stabilize the lower body with the legs together like this, but I think that this is really adding a nice new challenge to these movements in a good way. Good, we're going to take it up and down a few more times, rounding the spine. Just trying to wring out the spine today, okay? Nice shimmies, turning the legs in, going down, breathing in. Opening up, the heels coming together. Now the toes coming together, breathing in. let's get some movement into the ankles now, getting circles throughout. Both directions. Why waste the time? Get our beating in as well. Good. Walking through the ankles now as we continue our breathing. Quick massage down the forearms. You know, getting the undersides as well. Good. Let's move into a seated position here. I'm going to work again with my legs closed, but you can be comfortable, okay? I'm going to follow this experiment since this is still not so easy for me to sit this way. Okay, but we're going to use our old drinking bird exercise to go bending forwards and backwards. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of our new face techniques to this, okay? So as we're breathing in, we're going to squeeze the eyes. And on the exhale, we're going to use the SH sound. And you want to try to get a full circle with the lips. Okay, so this will be the circular contraction of the lips. And on the inhales, we have the eyes squeezing. is great. With the legs closed like this, I'm feeling quite a bit more activation in the front of the pelvic floor, and the inner thighs are really starting to work for me. And that's something I usually don't get. When I have the legs more open, I've historically done this exercise more in the open leg position so that I can train my butts a little bit better, a little bit more easily. Right? And that's great. That definitely has that effect. But now I see also, right, if you want to train the inner thighs and front of the pelvic floor rather than the butt and the tailbone area, simply changing the position of the legs and using the same exercise works quite well, especially when we incorporate this deeper breathing with the eye contractions, okay? So let's keep rolling through this a little bit. We're going to start to slow the rocking and slow the breathing down and start to cool down and see how relaxed we can get in the next 5-6 minutes, okay? So here we go. Follow your own breathing patterns. We'll try to make the rocking with the breathing, okay? So as we're going forwards, this is breathing in, squeezing the eyes, breathing out. If you feel you have good control over the pelvic sphincters already, the eyes are relating to the front sphincter, the urinary sphincter. So as we're breathing in, you also want to make the contraction down there, which actually logically makes a lot of sense because there's some contraction in the urinary sphincter as we breathe it down, helps us prevent any kind of unwanted expulsion, basically. So logically, this is making sense with the body. And also, by contracting the pelvic floor as you breathe down into it, this actually forces a lot of strength into the pelvic floor because you're not only getting the muscle activation, but also the resistance of the downward force of the air. And in this case, also the rocking movement helps add some training stimulus as well. Okay, so if you don't want to use the eyes and face anymore, these are actually supposed to be just shortcuts to control the front and back sphincters on the inside of the pelvis, according to our lovely Secrets of the Ring muscle book. So anyway, I like to stick with both the face and stuff. I find it very relaxing anyway. But you should know inside, I am also working to, as I breathe in, to squeeze the front sphincter as well. Okay, so here we go. Let's take attention to the upper arms now. Okay, according to this new book we're working with here, as we breathe in, you should be able to feel the arms slightly turn in. Okay, again, the breathing still happens with the contraction down here. So let's try this quickly. Very slight. My shoulders kind of come up and forward. And as I breathe out, they sink slightly into external rotation. And we may need to kind of fake it till we make it a little bit. But let's see if we can, for the rest of the day, pay attention to this apparatus and see if we can find some correlation between the breathing and the rotation of the arms. I think the natural tendency is to externally rotate on the inhale so that we get more of a but I think this leads to over collapsing on the way, and that balancing it through internal on the inhale and external actually leaves us in a better resting position, which also fits in with most of what we've been preaching on this channel so far about when we use the Buteyko breathing, spending more time at the bottom of the exhale, emptying the lungs fully, getting the abdomen to come up, right? We want to spend more time exhale. So it makes sense that we would want the shoulders to be more externally rotated during the exhale, right? Because we're not going to spend so much time inhale puffed up. So the idea that we would harm ourselves by breathing this way is obviously not going to happen, right? So the idea is if every exhale we can feel a slight softening and external rotation in the shoulders, this is actually going to benefit our daily posture as we spend more and more time at the bottom of the exhale. Even with the simple experiment, I can feel my right arm is quite a bit more willing to open on the exhale. The left, subtle movement is making the shoulder struggle, which is great. I love when I find small movements that are challenging. This means I have something really easy I can fix. Okay, so I'll probably follow up tonight when I do my meditation. Maybe I'll sit upright like this with the arms and see if I can feel the arms making this undulation. Okay? So we've been through a whole new universe of body skills that we're developing. I'm going to try to get a little bit more organized on presenting them because I don't want to give up on the general programs that we have been doing. But there's so much gold in this book, I can't get over it right now. So every time I find something particularly nice, I'm going to share it with you guys. And hopefully we'll keep moving forward, okay? We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.